Hi everyone, my name is Faris. I am the president of KCL Tech. Hold on, there you go. So my name is Faris. I study computer science at King's College London. I am the president of the KCL Tech Society, something I'm very, very proud of and very proud to be part of. You can see my logo here. A lot of people here from KCL Tech. There's guys in the back, favorite people in the world. I'm also a pizza enthusiast, and you'll see a lot of one or two references to pizza throughout the presentation. So those of you who know me, you already know this. And also, shameless plug, Hackings is coming back. For those of you who know Hackings, it was we're starting over, and we're doing it in Kings. For those of you who don't know Hackings, we ran Hack London last year. The year before, we ran Hackings, and Hackings was great. We did a great job. It was quite small.
Hello, everyone.
Around 80 people.
That's a perfect volume.
It was our first
Wonderful.
hackathon. It was my first
People of the
hackathon
atrium. Faraz is now talking about unhealthy hackathons. So he's talking about food and sleep.
Honestly,
He'll be talking
and
for
that
about
guy
15
in
minutes,
the back
after
the
which
bag,
we're
he
back
couldn't
onto our
say
main
the
schedule.
whole hackathon. I will
Alexei
never
is
forget
talking
that.
next
Thank you.
in
So,
after Faraz in the main
what am I
auditorium,
doing
and his
here?
talk is
Why
going to be
am I doing
amazing.
this?
It's
It's
all
all
about
called
where the
unhealthy
student hackathon
hackathons.
scene came from, where it started in the
reason I'm
US.
talking
He
here
was there
is
at the start. It's
because
going to be absolutely
I
fantastic.
gained a
So enjoy.
lot. Sleep was no longer important to me. I don't sleep as much because I go, nah, I was taught by everyone at the hackathon that sleep is for the weak. And I and I decided to kind of do a little bit more research. And I found a lot of science that kind of taught me that hackathons could be a lot better in a way, which I will discuss now. But basically, in the end, science wins. Now, there are two aspects there are two aspects of us physically that are affected at hackathons. There's the mind and there's the body. We'll talk about the mind first. When we go to a hackathon, it's quite an astonishing, extraordinary experience for us as attendees to sit down, open up, learn something new. I mean, is Kurt around here? Unfortunately not. He's doing a wonderful PhD where his thesis is kind of basically, we are willing to go to 24-hour hackathons, but we're not willing to go to 3-hour lectures. Although we want to learn something new. We want to build something with whatever we learn, but somehow there's this gap that we can't find. So our minds are, it's basically, our minds are blown throughout hackathons. We get to learn, we get to experience, we get to think, we get to solve problems. Unfortunately, this is not the same for the body. The only thing we do at hackathons is eat. And when we sleep kind of with our hands on a keyboard, and we feel like mummies. And that is horrible. I think that is very bad. And what I wanted to do is, so I was one of the main organizers of Hack London last year. And I wanted to kind of test something different at Hack London. I wanted to see if people would like being a little bit more healthy at Hack London. There were a few things I couldn't change, like having pizza. But basically, Hack London was kind of our first, personally, my first research environment in which I took this initiative. So, we'll start with the most important aspect, food. Those days are over. Basically, there are two kinds of foods that you would find at hackathons. Exactly the same. When you look outside on the table there, you'll find the chocolate bars, you will find the crisps, you will find the soft drinks, and then you'll find the fruits and I guess the water and unfortunately not many. Oh, orange juice was there this morning. So there's these two different kinds of foods, and the truth is, having one food over the other and picking one food over the other actually boosts your performance at a hackathon, and it boosts your performance throughout the day. So there's a lot of studies that are conducted in the workplace where employees are given snacks in the morning every week. And I think one of the research projects I read was that employees were giving Krispy Kreme every morning, all right, for free. And I don't want to work at a place like that because God knows how much weight I gain. But basically, they measured creativity and they measured productivity for a week or two, and then they started giving them something else. They gave them nuts, mixed nuts, and
Same website we had last year.
fruits. And they measured performance and creativity from there. And they didn't actually tell the employees they were being measured because there's that self-awareness that people would impact people's performance. And they saw a difference. And by the way, all of the stuff I'm saying is not made up. I actually have sources backing me up, and I can put this presentation up. You can come and ask me for it if you want. And the thing is, like when we bring pizza into a hackathon as a midnight snack or a midnight meal, first of all, this is hogging us for the next 8 hours where we are too full to move, too full to think. We can't sleep. Well, we can sleep. We are more influenced to sleep when our bellies are the size of Jupiter. And the thing is, I'm talking about pizza, but the thing is, I love pizza so much that Mark over there actually made a game of Snake in which Snake is my head and the food is pizza. Like, I do really like pizza. So I wanted to put that out there just for the record. I am not saying this as being like a health freak. I really think that we as people could take care of our bodies a lot more and treat our bodies the same way we treat our minds at hackathons. And I think this would help people boost their creativity a lot more. So we could replace a lot of things, or we don't even need to replace them, but we can provide both options, right? So instead of having crisps, we can simply have mixed nuts, or we can get some mixed nuts on the side. And the thing is, I looked into the price differences. It's not actually that much. Sometimes it turns out to be cheaper. So I'm rather disappointed about the fact that mixed nuts can be a little bit more expensive than crisps. I still don't understand why. There's chocolate bars. Now chocolate bars are extremely cheap, but fruits are cheaper. So you can still get half and half. And the thing is, if the chocolate bars run out and someone's hungry, fruits are going to be there. No one's going to say, fruits, I won't have any fruits. You know what I mean? So providing as an option is always good for your hackers. Another option is the pizza, and so many hackathons have this view of, just stacks and stacks and stacks of pizza. I mean, we've had it at our hackathons. We built the Leaning Tower of Pizza, I remember, at Hack London. And this is actually another aspect. In terms of your meals, go to your local food farmers markets. These guys usually make food for very cheap, and if you tell them, hey, I'm running this event on a weekend in central London or central Manchester, and I want 200 meals to be prepared for me on that day. And you can tell them, can you bring your truck and cook it for everyone? And believe me, people standing in line for food that's being cooked and they can pick up, they can see being cooked is a lot healthier, and it's a lot more kind of fulfilling than getting pizza, and it's a lot cheaper. And I was in Waterloo a couple of weeks ago, and they have this market, the food market that goes on over the weekend, and what I did was I went up to this guy who was selling falafel and halloumi wraps, and I asked him, I was like, how much would you sell this for if I wanted 200 of these meals? He was like, at least half. I'd slash my price by half. And that would have saved us so much money during Hack London, to be honest, because we went all out on that hackathon. We also have soft drinks, right? And soft drinks are also very cheap, but kind of fruit juice, we have to remember that fruit juices are very cheap. There's also finally, and this is my most important point, because breakfast is a very important meal. I recently organized the London Summer Hack Day, and one of the things that I did wrong is for our breakfast, we got donuts, we got brownies, we got cookies, we got cupcakes, we got muffins, we got chocolate cake, we got the fattiest food you could ever eat on breakfast. And the truth is, it should have been like a mix of everything. I'm not saying like a 5-star buffet like in the picture, because it'll cost you everything. But if you make a Sainsbury's order online and order it to your venue of croissants, I'm not sure if eggs are a possibility here, but cereals, milk, that sort of thing, it's a lot better, it's a lot healthier, and it actually turns out to be a lot cheaper. Because these supermarkets, when you buy in bulk, can actually give you a discount. So you should call up your local Sainsbury's, especially if it's a superstore, and say, I want to make a big order. Can you help me? Or if there is a big Sainsbury's close to you, go to them and say, I'd like to speak to a supervisor, to your manager. And this actually helps. So it turns out to be cheaper and healthier. You have to remember that these food, like the switches in food, are actually a lot better for you to perform at a hackathon and for your attendees. But that is only 20%. That only has 20% impact as compared to our second option, which is sleep. Okay. Now, unfortunately, at hackathons, I am more exhausted than anywhere I've ever been, and that's because sleep is not shown to be as important as it should be. And I'll show you an example of it in a minute. So basically, we see people like this. And I swear to God, I don't understand how you slept under that. Like, I would freak out. That is really not safe. And that is not comfortable to sleep. You would wake up, you won't know, you will have a backache, you will not be able to sit down. And we see a lot of this. I don't even know how he looks at the light. I can't even sleep in the room light. So there's more examples of this. And that. You know, my favorite part is the
that actually going to happen?
So, but the thing is, during the day, and this is something I actually researched, and it wasn't really me. It was London Metropolitan University. There's an academic mentor there called Katarina Rojan. Some of MLH's guys met her during Hack London, so she did all this research at Hack London. Was anyone here? Who here was at Hack London? Put your hand up. Were you part of this research project where she came around asking for a survey? You saw her? Yeah, so she went around to everyone, and these were the results. And basically what she found was throughout the day, people have a lot of ideas in their mind. So many of them. And the thing is, these ideas are never connected together because when you're awake, the brain just kind of creates many bubbles, but there's no connection in them whatsoever. And then when you actually go to sleep, you kind of plug it into charge. You plug your mind into charge. Your brain actually starts making connections between the different ideas, the different bubbles that you've had in your head. And as a result, the final result, and this was the actual graph from her results, was that the boost in creativity went up, and these were the people who were awake at these 2-hour gaps, and everyone in this gap went to sleep. So none of the people who did the survey did not go to sleep for the 24 hours. And you could see kind of the boost in creativity go up because human beings actually wanted to go to sleep. There was a 30% increase in the amount of productivity and creativity reported when they took at least 1 hour of sleep. And the thing is, this 1 hour of sleep, but it's 1 hour. I usually sleep for 8 hours a day. That's not entirely... Okay, in a way, your body needs to charge. It's just like your phone. You need to charge it just for an hour. It'll keep you alive. It'll keep your phone alive for a lot longer than an hour. All right? Now, the reason this is a problem is because when I went to my first hackathon, and I said I was going to go home to sleep, is Mustafa here? Mustafa's over there. Mustafa said, seriously, you're going to sleep at a hackathon. And the thing is, it was our first hackathon. And he already had that mentality there. And then I went on TechCrunch, and I saw this. The hackathon don't need no stinking sleep. And this is an actual article on hackathons, and that's the problem. So what we did at Hack London was we created a sleep zone. And we set out a certain time frame in which people should go to sleep. And by the time, it was from 9:30 p.m. to 8:30 a.m. And I remember some of the committee members were like, seriously, this is a waste of time. No one's going to use it. And along the night, and I remember Mark was kind of the person sitting in that room for most of the night. It was packed, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was absolutely packed. People actually went to sleep. So yes, if you don't give them a place to sleep, they won't go to sleep. They'll sleep just like the guys under the table that you saw in the earlier pictures. But if you actually provide an environment for them in which they can relax and rest, it works. They will feel comfortable. And we set out very strict rules. We actually made it very comfortable. So we said, obviously no phones. It was 3 floors on the ground anyways. So no music and no alarms was the interesting one. We had people come up to the front of the room where there were Hack London volunteers standing, and you could sign up for a wake-up call, and they'd register where you're sleeping, and then volunteer at a certain time would come up to you and wake you up. And some people actually used this, and that was pretty cool. We found that pretty awesome. And then we knew that the sleep room was a very successful project.
The dining room.
And I would recommend everyone, and I know, did Great UniHack have also a sleeping area? You had 2 tents.
There's one more talk.
So basically, did people use them?
And then
exactly.
It would be split between the main room
if there
and the
was
dining room
no tent, I can guarantee you a lot of the people wouldn't have slept. Provide that space for people to feel comfortable and to sleep. And please don't push this idea of, sleep is for the weak and you shouldn't sleep at hackathons. That's bad, especially for young people and it's their first time at a hackathon. I remember Tim was standing here and was saying, Mike Swift was saying how scary it is to go to your first hackathon. And I found that daunting when people were like, yeah, you shouldn't sleep. And me, I don't sleep less than 8 hours a day until my first hackathon. Like, there's no way. I used to sleep at 10 p.m. I still remember everyone in my first year making fun of me because I used to sleep so early. So basically, that's the whole gist of my talk. One, give people better options in food. It will help them throughout the day, and it's a lot healthier. And two, give them a place to rest and to sleep and to relax. Sometimes even closing your eyes will help you rest. Josh didn't want to sleep at Hack London, but he went down and for 20 minutes he started snoring. For 20 minutes, and then he woke up and he came up and was like, I feel better. But the point is, having that environment there is always helpful. It's always useful. And that's pretty much everything I have to say. So if you have any comments, please tweet me. Okay, wow, Font Awesome doesn't work. Well done, Joe. That's a Twitter icon, by the way, but someone hasn't got Font Awesome installed.
Did you send?
So yeah.
Did you send me the fonts like you instructed to, Faraz?
Were we asked to send fonts?
Yes.
Oops. Well, it's just a Twitter icon. Please feel free to tweet me. I'd love to see you after this if one of you have a question or something to discuss. I don't want to take up too much time, so thank you very much.
Why is Amy waving at me? Thank you, Faraz.